Doctor Who, Roberto Zucco, by Daniel Berry, Episode 6. In the interrogation room, Jeanette is trying to get information out of John and Gillian. We're not going to tell you anything. Oh yes you are. I can be very persuasive. Now then, let's cut to the first subject. You were seen talking to Peter Crete. In the Jean Manière, you were spotted by one of our followed men. What were you talking about? Were you putting speculation against Roberto Zucco? Jeanette peers on a beady eye on Gillian. You! Come over here. If you don't, I shall have to shoot one of you. Only a minor injury. In the leg, perhaps? Come on, better go over. Slowly, Gillian moves towards Jeanette. Yes, that's better. Now then. He softly strokes Gillian's hair. Such lovely hair you have. Alright, leave her alone. What do you want to know? Quite a lot. And you're going to tell me everything, aren't you? Alright, yes. Who's behind you? Is it Peter Crete? Suddenly, the doctor pretending to be Roberto Zucco and John Elvin enter the room. Oh, so they're here, eh? Roberto, I thought you were in your room. Have you told you anything yet? Not yet. Very well, Jules and I will take over. You may go, and take your little papita with you, Unsatisfied, Jeanette leaves the room. His guard follows, closing the door behind him. The doctor gets into character. Now then, I can't tell you anything. Of course not. I know everything. I know about Peter Crete, I know about the girl Caprella, and I know about your friend the doctor. I don't believe you. A childish plan to impersonate me. That's the truth, isn't it? Yes, but he didn't agree to it. The three of you turned up in France to start trouble. If you want to know the truth, Peter Crete told us the information and we weren't sure. We had to go into France to find out what sort of person you're like. And we found out right enough. You see, John, they're just terrorists. Not very big fry either. All this nonsense about proof against me. If you're doing so much good for the world, why are you so afraid for your own life? Why do you have so many enemies, personal guards, your own food taster? And why destroy the one man that everyone trusted, Julian Bonnet? And why destroy the one man that people trusted, René Lemaire? What do you mean, destroy? One of your men shot him, trying to escape. He shot him deliberately. Yeah, and that girl Santana. She was close to Roberto Zucco. She'd speak against him, I know she would. Santana is dead. Dead? You had her murdered too, have you? Why, you? Gillian approaches to hit. Gillian leans forward to hit Roberto. Gillian, don't hit me! You wouldn't hit a rod from the doctor, would you? I wouldn't leave you in the tender mercy of Roberto Zucco. Doctor? You don't believe me? Oh. Suddenly, the doctor pulls out an imaginary recorder and starts to hum a tune. Only you may believe it in the TARDIS. It is in Doctor the TARDIS. TARDIS, what's that? Oh, well, it's a little place that we three have in common. You must think they thought I was Roberto Zucco to begin with. That's correct. But I still don't understand. No, but there's enough doubt in your mind to make you go on asking questions, isn't there? Isn't there? That's why we came here. In the slums of France, Roberto, another man Boine, are circulating the area. It's going to be much closer now. Not far along to the surface now. Juan, before we get there, I must ask you a certain favor. Bring it gently to the others. They have a right to be let down gently. Alright, best be going. No, you'll go on. I'll follow you on. There is another stack of food that is undamaged. I must check to see if... Let's get moving. No, you go on. There's another stack of food down there. I want to check to see if it's undamaged. Juan, having trust in Roberto, leads the way forward. Roberto, on the other hand, takes a knife out of his pocket. He then follows after Juan. Not convinced, Jeanette checks with the guard about Roberto. I thought that ought to let me know when Roberto was out of his room. He is not out of his room, sir. The door remains locked. So it does. So who is that other man? 2 hours passed. Peter, Crete and Farella are still stuck in Crete's office. Peter is pacing up and down the room. I wish you'd be a bit more calm about it all, Peter. Oh, how can I? I wish I should have insisted on going with them. It doesn't matter anyway. You know June doesn't trust you. I've got to get into the Maison house. I've got to ensure that June understands what he's seeing, if he understands the evidence. We have to be perfectly clear that Roberto can't talk his way out of it. Well, what are we going to do? The guard's still outside. I have a little plan. It's risky, but it might work. In character, the doctor is waiting. Come in. Ah, good to see you. He leans up towards the guard. I have 2 prisoners for you. These are your records. They have my permission to be set free. Take them to the gate. You know what you've got to do when you get outside. Yes, all right. Good luck. You too. All right. Take him away. John and Gillian are kindly let out by the guard. The door closes behind them. Well, I'm glad that's over. Yes, for the worst part is just about to begin. How do you think you're going to convince them you're Roberto? Well, I've already convinced you now, haven't I? Yes, but I still worry. Worry is only logical. Unknown to the doctor and June, Jeanette is listening outside, hoping to gain information that would interest him. But there's still no proof. The proof, I'm sure, is in Roberto's records room. How are we going to get in there? The door's locked from the inside. Well, isn't there an emergency key? There is, but Roberto has it. He's kept it with him all this time. Oh, if I knew things were going to be a bit more problematic than I thought they were, well... well, it seems I've underestimated how problematic things are actually going to be. Still, not to worry, we can sort it out. Do you think you'll get proof? Again, it's another possibility. Jeanette grins maliciously. He's not Roberto. Back at Crete's office, Farella looks outside the window. All right, the coast is clear. Right then. Farella wraps her hand in tissue paper. He then punches a hole through the window. The guard bursts in. What's the matter? What's the matter? What's happened? You came here just in time. He's been shot. The guard inspects Crete lying on the ground. Varela then quickly slips past him. Hey, come back here, you! Checking to see if the coast is clear, Crete gets up, looks outside the window. Everything is safe. Once he knows the coast is clear, he slips out and closes the door behind him. Varela manages to ditch the guard. The guard, being very dim, just slips back to the house. In the distance, Varela hears a slight moaning and groaning. A call for help. Help! Help! Varela rushes to the emergency. Ah! An injured Bwin is lying on the ground, bleeding. He's been stabbed. Who did this to you? A man named Roberto Zucco. Roberto Zucco?